Namaskar. A warm welcome to World News and Indian Perspective on All India Radio. This is Renuka bringing glimpses of major developments of the day from across the globe. The headlines. Finance Minister of India says momentum of economic reforms will continue to make the country hotspot of global investment. Pakistan Federal Minister withdraws inflammatory comments against French President. IMF Chief calls for expansion of debt relief beyond world's poorest countries. UNICEF says it will distribute 2 billion doses of COVID-19 vaccines to developing countries in 2022. And in tennis, Daniil Medvedev beat Dominic Thiem to win ATP Tour Finals. Finance Minister of India Nirmala Sitharaman has said that the momentum of economic reforms will continue to make India a hotspot of global investment. Addressing a conference organized by Confederation of Indian Industries, Ms. Sitharaman said Prime Minister Narendra Modi has not lost any opportunity to take deep reforms at this time of pandemic. The Finance Minister said several more active reforms-related steps are being taken up to ensure that the reform momentum continues even during the pandemic.
Not to reject India's role in global trading community. Not to reject India's role in the manufacturing story, which actually should be, like the way you have said very clearly, that India should become a major investment hotspot. And for that, we have to make sure that we get everything right.
She said the financial sector is being professionalized and the government will continue with disinvestment. On reforms in taxation system, the Finance Minister said the use of technology such as faceless assessment has eased the tax filing process. On corporate tax, Ms. Sitharaman said that the reduction in corporate tax clearly shows that our intent is to show immediate benefits for the MNCs and any large companies or small companies. India and the European Union today held the 6th round of consultations on disarmament and non-proliferation matters in a virtual format. The consultations involved exchanges on developments in the area of nuclear, chemical, biological disarmament and non-proliferation, conventional weapons, outer space security issues, export control regimes, strategic stability environment and other developments of mutual interest. The consultations aim at enhancing mutual understanding and appreciation between India and the EU on international security issues. These are part of the broad dialogue architecture with the EU as a strategic partner of India. Foreign Secretary of India Harshvardhan Shringla today briefed a select group of head of missions on the planned terrorist attack in Nagrota district in Jammu and the implications of the incident on security, diplomacy and the battle against terrorism. Terrorist attack was foiled on 19th of this month by the security forces. Sources said this is the first of several briefings to be conducted by Ministry of External Affairs in small groups in view of COVID-19 situation. Other secretaries will also be briefing heads of mission in their areas of jurisdiction. Sources said the idea is to share information as widely as possible with the international community. The heads of mission were sensitized about India's concerns regarding Pakistan's sustained efforts to destabilize the situation in Jammu and Kashmir and to subvert local elections and democracy. Pakistan's Federal Minister for Human Rights, Shireen Mazari, on Sunday withdrew inflammatory comments against French President Emmanuel Macron. Pakistani minister earlier tweeted that President Emmanuel Macron was treating Muslims like Nazis had treated Jews in World War II. Finance's foreign minister had demanded Pakistan authorities withdraw the comments. Ms. Mazari posted the remarks following a clash between Pakistan and France over the publication of images of the Prophet Muhammad by a French magazine. This is All India Radio giving you the world news. The head of the International Monetary Fund, Kristalina Georgieva, has called for prompt and effective implementation of a new G20 framework set up to help the world's poorest countries reach permanent debt relief. She made this remark in a statement after addressing the leaders of the group of 20 major economies. The IMF chief added that other countries not covered by the framework also needed support to address their debt vulnerabilities so that their economies can become more resilient. The debt treatment framework endorsed by G20 leaders on Sunday applies to 73 countries that are eligible for a temporary freeze in official bilateral debt payments. Now the coronavirus updates from around the world. According to WHO data, global coronavirus infections crossed 58.22 million. Britain's Health Minister Matt Hancock said on Monday that the country will seek to start administering a COVID-19 vaccine before Christmas. The government of Bangladesh has decided to take stricter measures to ensure that people wear masks in public places. Briefing media on Monday after the regular cabinet meeting, Cabinet Secretary Khandakar Anwarul Islam said that Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has asked all concerned to be strict in enforcing the compulsory use of masks as ordered by the government. India has leaped across another significant milestone in its fight against COVID. With recovery of more than 8.5 million people so far, the recovery rate has improved to 93.68%. The active caseload of the country has fallen below 5%. The UN Children's Agency, UNICEF, said on Monday that they will ship nearly 2 billion doses of COVID-19 vaccines to developing countries next year in a mammoth operation. UNICEF has added that it is working with over 350 airlines and freight companies to deliver vaccines and 1 billion syringes to poor countries as part of COVAX plan with the World Health Organization. COVAX, co-led by GAVI Vaccine Group, the WHO and the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations aims to discourage governments from holding COVID-19 vaccines and to focus on first vaccinating the most at risk in every country. Henrietta Fore, Executive Director of UNICEF, has called on all parties to the conflict zone of Yemen to ensure that children are protected and unhindered access to communities in need is ensured. According to UNICEF, with the pandemic spreading, Yemen is facing an emergency within emergency. Ms. Fore also appealed to the international community to step up and provide urgently needed funds for aid programs. Earlier, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres voiced deep concern over the situation in Yemen. He called for urgent action on the part of the international community to stave off catastrophe. Spain's Foreign Minister Arantxa González Laya said on Sunday that the country will increase its police presence in Senegal to tackle criminal networks behind an upsurge in illegal migration from the West African coast to its territory. Spain has been working with the Senegalese Coast Guard since 2006 to intercept and deter migrants from undertaking the perilous Atlantic route to Spain's Canary Islands off the coast of northwestern Africa. As per official data, more than 400 people from Senegal have died attempting the passage since the beginning of October alone. In order to increase awareness against terrorism and militancy, Government of Bangladesh has asked the mosque officials like the imams and muftis and other religious leaders to propagate ideas against these activities. The Religious Affairs Ministry of Bangladesh issued a circular on Wednesday asking the imams of all mosques to deliver anti-terrorist and anti-militancy speeches before the Friday prayers. Calling terrorism and militancy a global challenge, the circular said such activities hurt the image of all religious people. It said to control and eradicate terrorist and militant activities, increasing involvement of people from all walks of life is required. Moving on to sports, in tennis, Medvedev beat Dominic Thiem to win ATP Tour Finals, the biggest title of his career. Medvedev fought back from losing the first set to beat Thiem 4-6, 7-6, 6-4 in a thrilling final in London. Thiem was denied the title second year in a row. In the doubles final, Dutch-Croatian duo Wesley Koolhof and Nikola Mektic claimed their first title together, edging Jurgen Melzer and Edward Roger Vasselin 6-2, 3-6, 10-5. FIFA on Monday said that it has suspended the head of African football, Ahmed for 5 years for corruption. India is celebrating the 151st birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. Before we end, let us listen to his favorite bhajan, Vaishnava Jan, by artists from Norway. And with that, we end this bulletin. See you at the same time tomorrow with the next edition of World News.